Hi there, Cancer. Healing Grasshopper to do a reading for you for the second weekend in July, the 9th to the 15th. Two of Wands. Reversed? No. All right. So you've chosen a path for yourself, it seems. Three of Cups. We've got, yeah, celebration. This is like you're very excited about a path towards abundance that you've found. It's like you found some kind of lucrative vein to abundance. Page of Pentacles reversed? No. Yeah. Page of Pentacles is you finding, you coming across something that's exciting that you know is going to bring you money. These are ours, both of them, like this. This is our focus card. Six of Cups. Okay. Okay. So, Six of Cups is the nostalgia card, but in this context, this is your heart's desire. It's like you see a long held dream that you had within your grasp, and you, Seven of Pentacles, starting to work towards it. But you have Two of Cups here. Okay. Oh, wait, but no, that goes here. Unless here. Yeah. Okay, Cancer. What's going on here? Queen of Swords. Under the Six of Cups, we have a little bit of a putting the brakes on things here. There's a little bit of a like a skirt. Okay. Seven of Swords. Under the Eight of Pentacles. What are we cutting out here? Clarification cards. Yeah, see, here's the moon. The plot thickens, Cancer. Let's have an outcome card. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. I got you. I was distracted by the cups here for a moment. but my initial assessment is correct. You are working towards your coin here. But see, there needs to be a balance between practicality and your heart's desire here. You've got to, Cancer, there's nothing wrong with aspirations and dreams, but just don't let them get in the way of your discernments. Be careful of scammers. There's an air of scammer here. Before I took out the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Swords came out here under the Six of Cups was like, what? Wait a minute, what's going on with this Six of Cups now? Because the Queen of Swords showing up with the Six of Cups is like, oh, yeah, no. Okay. The Six of Cups can be very deceiving. It is very kind of polarizing card. It can mean two polar opposite things. It could mean like, oh, innocence and beautiful love. But at the same time, it could also mean in a different spread, like, you're gullible, this is treacherous, stay away, you know? And at first, I was seeing the love and innocence. And that will all often happen with this card too, where you hear violins and flutes. And then there's, you know, but that mimics your experience, right? Where sometimes in real life we will hear the violins and flutes like, oh, what a great prospect this is. And then, out of nowhere, it begins to wilt and wither and turn to a pile of dog do. And you're like, wait, what? What happened? That's what this is. This is not real. This is an illusion. Because if you see this L shape here too, the two cards three cards connected to the Queen of Swords here, you have innocence and optimism in your endeavors here, but you have a need for caution and deception here, right? So these four cards is like protecting yourself from scams. And then let us not forget that our last card here is the moon, which is lack of clarity and also can mean, especially next to the Seven of Swords, lies. Especially because people will see you open a new business, right? And it's shiny and new, and you've done everything to make it look attractive, and it looks like it's going to be great and successful. And that is the kind of thing that will attract a scammer, especially when it's new. Like, oh, look, what a nice business that this person started. And it looks like they put a lot of money or effort into this business, but we know that it's new. right? And they're green, so they're ripe for the picking of, to scam them. Um, so the Three of Pentacles, like 90% of the time, depicts, a card of dignity, where this worker here is very much valued by these two people who are coming to him to commission a job. And he is very much valued and respected and that kind of thing. That's the general meaning of this card. But in this context, these two people are the scammers. They're disguised as patrons, but really they're here to scam this person. Um, so in this week, Cancer, and another thing, I'm just reminded now that you are Cancer. And I'm not saying like, oh, Cancers are dumb. No. Six of Cups is very much a Cancer type card. You guys are very loving and nurturing people. And it is not your go to thought that someone has an ill intention. You guys are water signs. You're all about love and nurturing. So, and when someone approaches you for help, you're like, oh, how can I help you? So I'm telling you now, especially when you're in this really good mood, too, you're very wide-eyed right now in your endeavors. Like you've got lots of plans and dreams and, you know, so just be careful in this week. Well, all the time, but especially in this week. You know what? Etsy is a very, very good example for this. When you first start an Etsy shop, guys, in the and a lot of people will caution, and I wish someone would have cautioned me for my shop that I didn't fall into the scam. I figured it out, but uh, on my own. Later, I saw some YouTube videos where they talk about in your first few weeks, be careful of the scam messages. Scammers will are always on the lookout for new Etsy business owners because they're green. They don't know any better, right? So they'll send messages to new Etsy shop owners like, you have a new sale, but there's something wrong with the order. Click on this link and take care of this problem. You know, it's that kind of thing where you're green and you haven't dealt with too much yet, and this person's going to approach you with something, and you're like, oh, how can I help you? And when I got my first message, I was like, what problem? What are you talking about with my order? There aren't any orders, you know? And then I didn't click on the link. I went and looked at my orders and it said order zero. And I was like, yeah, that's a lie. You understanding what I'm saying? So whatever it is, this is your new endeavor. You have people watching you and wanting to take you for a ride. So I think that's the reading. That's the reading, yeah. Cancer, let me hear from you guys in the comment section. Let's see if anyone tries to scam you this week. When you pick it up, let me know. Let me know how this resonates. Um, Congratulations on your new job. Oh, you know what? Let's get a quick can we have an outcome for the job? I mean the new business? Ace of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So Ace of Swords is telling me it's too early to talk about it, an outcome. Ace of Swords is just saying use your noggin, be smart. But also, you're not alone. That spirit is here to lead the way away from these scammers, which part of that is this reading, right? But also, when you're off on your own outside of this reading, you will get the downloads like, steer away from this. Um, Maybe in future readings, you'll get more of a picture of the progression of your business. But for now, in its early stages, just stay focused and don't let anyone steal from you. Okay? So, can't wait to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a quick and free gesture that means the world to me. So, I thank you in advance for clicking the subscribe button and the like button. Okay? And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you don't miss future videos. Okay? I will speak to you soon, Cancer, love, light, and many blessings.